Guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. It's the BHP Doctor. Now today's topic is about buying your own private plate. I'm going to cover a few topics in regards to what you should look out for when you're buying your own personalised number plate. Now firstly, point number one, when you're buying a private plate, what you mustn't do is fall for these gimmicks. So when I say gimmicks, do not go to places like Reg, Transfer, etc. first. What you need to do is you need to go to DVLA first. They are the direct plate suppliers. So if you go to their website, put the reg in that you're looking for and see if they have it first. Because what other plate sellers tend to do is you go onto their sites, they actually charge a premium on top. You'll see the original fee and then they'll charge £85 on top. There's no point of paying that extra money unless they're sourcing you a very rare plate. For example, 61 ST. That's a 4-digit plate, it's short, you might struggle to find that on DVLA's site. However, if you're looking for a basic plate like GF07 Tom on the end, you can find that on DVLA. So it wouldn't make sense for you to go to someone like Reg Transfers and pay an additional £85. So that's point one. You're going to save approximately £100 to £300 depending on the type of plate that you go for if you go to DVLA direct. Now what is going to pop up on the top corner of the screen right now is a small scroll through of how you approach DVLA site, what DVLA site looks like and where you put the reg in. So all you do is pop onto the site, put the name in or the abbreviation that you're searching for with your particular plate, and it actually pre-populates examples of the plates that you can get. So the next tip I've got for you guys is make sure you put as many combinations as you can together for the particular registration that you're looking for. So when I say combinations, for example, if you are looking for, let's say, Tom. Okay, that's a bit of a crap example. Let's say you're looking for something like gangster. You'd write the word gangster out. You'd then look at the letters that you could put, the numbers that you can put, and then get together as many combinations as you can, because 99%, well, 9 times out of 10, better way of putting it, 9 times out of 10, that reg that you're looking for, that particular combination may be taken, because private plates have become a very, very big thing now. Anybody that's buying a particular vehicle, all they want to do is buy private plates. I've been in the car industry for several years, and one thing that I've learned from the car industry is you can get some of the most amazing plates if you look in the right places and you make the right combinations. Now, when I say get together as many combinations as you can, the reason it's worth doing that is because if one's taken, you might spot another. However, if you give up the hope in searching for your particular registration, someone else might buy that particular registration before you. That's the last thing you want anyone to do. For example, for myself, bought this plate here. As you can see, it spells out Ru Hale. Now, for me, I was a bit lucky, I'll be honest with you, because I managed to get the RU11ALE, so the 11 forming the H and the rest of the name spelling it out, RUHALE. I didn't have to look for many combinations, but I went straight to DVLA's site, being the first point of contact, put in my name, as you saw in point one, and it came up with the option. However, obviously, if you're looking for something like, as I said, gangster, then there'll be different spellings for that. Because you might get one with a 68 in the middle, spelling out gangster, or you might get one with a different number combination, but you might be happy with it, someone else might not. That's the reason why getting as many combinations together is better than having nothing, because there's so many different ways of spelling things, especially when it comes to private plates. No one's really too fussed about getting that accurate spelling, because someone else might have a better way of putting it together, if that makes sense. So for example, I've seen 1 ORD, that's 1 Oscar Romeo Delta, spells out Lord. Then I've seen 11 ORD, that's 1 Lord. So the point being is, if you put together as many abbreviations as you can, if someone's got the other plate, you can still come up with an alternative for your particular plate. That's the best way of going about. Tip number 3, what is your budget? So the reason I say what is your budget is because a lot of people, when it comes to buying plates, they tend not to put their mind on how much they're looking to spend. So the best way of putting it is, if you're looking to spend £250 to buy the most box standard plate that you can possibly find, so something that's pretty much 7 digits, then what you need to be aware is that with that £250 budget, you are not going to get 2-digit plate. The thing with the plate industry is the economies of scale have driven the market for it through the roof. So for example, if you see a, let's say, 2-digit number plate, you need to understand that with a budget of £250, you are not going to get a plate that is that short. However, obviously, if you have a budget of, let's say, between £2,500 and £5,000, there's a high chance you'll be able to get a 4-digit plate. You may even squeeze to getting 2 digits, but that's purely depending on the offer that you put, or maybe the person that's selling it. However, now everyone is very educated when it comes to number plates. But when I mean everybody, not everybody. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. So to come back to that point, not everyone's educated. Most people are. So a lot of people are looking for a bang for their buck, if you like to put it. So when it comes to buying your plate, make sure you have it in your head whether you're spending £250, £500, £1,000 or £2,000 plus, because the higher your budget, the shorter that plate will be. However, obviously, if you're looking to get a bargain, then what you need to do is you literally need to pocket pick and continually search, but have that budget set in your head, because that gives you more of a realistic idea of what you can and what you can't look at. So for example, as I said, if you've got the £2,000 plus budget, you can look at the shorter plates, and if you've got a £250 budget, then you're obviously going to have to look at the longer plates, because that's what you're most likely going to be able to afford and get. Tip number 4. If you're buying a private plate purely for the reason you want to put a private plate on a vehicle and you just literally want to personalize the car and that's all you care about, then you need to make sure that whatever you're looking for, it literally ticks the boxes that are your personal requirement. However, someone like myself, I'm looking at private plates from an investment point of view, so I will potentially look for keywords, slogans, phrases, abbreviations that can be used by other individuals. For example, I have a private plate that says Mr. Power on it. The reason I've gone for that is because it represents someone who has a powerful car. So I've bought that, however I can sell that on. Now, for example, how it sort of widened the horizon for myself in terms of money value is because it's M22 PWR. It's not the best of plates, but it's a decent plate. I picked it up for very cheap. It's gone up in value because the BMW M2 has come out. So I've seen a particular individual with M222 power to stand for M2 power. So if you look at my plate, it's M22. It not only stands abbreviates for Mrs. and Mr. Power. Someone with a BMW M2 could have M2 to power, if that makes sense. So you're either going to buy a plate to personalize or you're going to buy a plate for investment. And if you're looking at investment, you need to make sure that that plate is attractive. So when I say attractive, I basically mean if I look at that plate as an outsider, I will literally go, oh yeah, that looks interesting, or I'd love to have that on my vehicle. Don't go for something that ticks just your boxes. Have a look at the market, have a look at maybe a few private plate suppliers on Instagram. One that I do recommend if you're willing to buy or sell is Fast Teacher, Nav. I've known this guy for ages. He's a top man. He advertises plates, which is a platform for where he sells them. You can get some great bargains because some people want to sell their plates cheap. So that is a place to look. Make sure you check him out. It'll pop up on the screen, his username. So you've got to check this guy out. That's if you're looking to buy and sell on any particular variety of plates. So you're not going to get anything specific to what you want, but you never know, something might pop up. Must check the date the vehicle that you're applying it to matches the date that's on the car. So for example, this plate we have here is for a 2011 onwards car. So when you actually buy a plate, when pressing the purchase, proceed screen, it states specifically what the car's date has to be registered after, well, onwards from the plate that you actually buy. So for example, we've got RU11 ALE, that's registered to 2011. So cars 2011 onwards can only be applied to that vehicle. I've had a horror story. A friend of mine knows a friend of his, basically. So a friend of a friend bought his daughter a birthday present. Literally got her a plate. I think it said something like Page. It was P18. So he basically had 18. Long story short, he had 18 in the middle. And when he bought the plate, DVLA specifically stated it has to be 2018 onwards car. He came in to then have that plate made, and he could not assign it to the vehicle because she had a 2006 plate car. Now 2006 plate car, 2018 plate, doesn't make sense. You got 12-year gap there. So he wasn't aware that it didn't match the year. So what you must do is, when you're buying a plate, have a look at the little notification that pops up. It'll tell you what date onwards that vehicle needs to be registered after. Hence the reason, if you get something with a number in the middle, you need to make sure that you have a vehicle that you can apply to, if you are going to apply to a vehicle. Otherwise you're going to keep it, then it's fine. You don't have to worry about that. To wrap things up, guys, as you've seen with this fantastic plate here, it's a gel resin plate made by Mr. Signature. Mr. Signature is the man. He's been making these gel plates for God knows how long. He's a pro at this stuff. His thickness counts. Now make sure you subscribe, because on the next video we're going to be visiting his garage, and we're going to see what this plate creator gets up to. He makes a number of plates, be it normal plates, show plates, whatever the hell plates you want. He makes small plates for cars that kids have and all that kind of stuff. Signs for your garage doors. We're gonna actually visit his garage, see how he makes them, see what he does, see what he has to say, what his tips and tricks are. And I will actually be giving a set of his plates away when I hit 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe, and then when I've got that next video up, I'll be taking the contestants' names, but you'll have to comment obviously, and share the page, and that's when you get entered in and you'll be able to win yourself a set of these bad boys. So guys, thanks for tuning in to another one of my videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, as we've got plenty more videos to come. This was just a quick episode 1 of the journey into number plates and buying your own personalized registration. As I said, next week when I've got the next video up, we will be visiting a Signature and showing you guys how these plates are made, so you get to understand what the difference is between a regular plate that you buy from the shops like Halfords to a custom show plate that basically is made out of 3D gel resin to give you that proper show look. I'll obviously explain the legality behind the plates, what differentiates certain show plates, the different types of show plates that you can buy, and much more. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.